Luxor, Giordanici. Break. Ajmed. It's full class, by the way. Luxor, Giordani. Break. Ajmed.
Back legs.
Yaman. Luxor, Giordanici. Break. Ajmed. Yaman. As you share your last block, the structure first. Luxor, Giordani. Break. Ajmed. Yaman. Luxor, Giordanici. Break. Ajmed.
Stay low. Steady, Imran. Good height. Come on, strong punches, guys. Come on.
Yaman.
Don't get out of your stance. Sometimes it says Yaman.
Luxor, Giordani. Break. Ajmed. So, ECOG UPH. Make sure you're asking yourself the question, can I kick hurt someone? ECOG UPH. Break! How'd you make it?
Longer kick, what's up? 8. In a long stance. Leg straight.
Yeah, mate. Hooks up. ECOG UPH. ECOG UPH. Break! How'd you make it?
Longer kick.
Yeah, mate.
Alright, you're gonna bow down now and go to the knee on. Close together.
Alright. Side facing the mirrors, going to drop back to the gate on the right. Ready, skip. ECOG number 1, white belt. Skip. And back. Number 2, skip. Back. Number 3, skip. Back.
Act like you mean it.
Number 4, skip. Back. 5, skip. Back. Number 6, skip. Back. 7, skip. Back. Number 8, skip. Back. Number 9, skip. Back. Number 10, skip. Back. Number 11, skip. Back. Number 12, skip. Back. 13, skip.
Right
Again, over here. Number 12, 13. Number 13, skip. Back. Alright, number 13, over here. Skip. Back. Number 14. Skip. And young man. Side facing the back wall, drop back, knee over body. Go! And number 1. Skip. Back. Number 2. Skip. Back. Center. Just again. What do you guys do up with this? So I can see you guys. Number 3. Skip. Back. Number 4. Skip. Back. Number 5. Skip. Back. Number 6. Skip. Back. Number 7. Skip.
Just at the end, okay?
Again.
Just the last thing.
You guys say that. Just on the end over here. Number 7. Skip. Back. Number 8. Skip. Back. Number 9. Skip. Back. Number 10. Skip. Back. Number 11. Skip. Again over here in the middle. Number 11. You guys can go back. Number 11. Skip.
Back in. Do it again.
Do it again.
Sit in a good cat stance and give him a good front kick.
Number 11. Skip.
Right hip back.
Good. Back. Number 12. Skip.
Come on, get your focus back.
You guys go back. Number 12.
What stance you in?
Like that. Number 12. Skip. Back. Number 13. Skip. 13. And over here, number 13. Skip. Back. Number 14. Skip. And you're back. All right, bow your partner in line.
Alright, we're going to be lesson 7 about Shions. And out here, sit comfortably, that's it for that. Down in here, down in here, and sit comfortably. You mind that comfortable? I may talk for an hour. Comfortable in that stance? You want to stand comfortable?
It was comfortable for a few seconds.
By the way, there was one time we were asked to sit in that stance for 2 hours. My feet fell asleep, my toes were purple, and we were asked not to move. And we had to help each other up, we were stuck there, and I'm not exaggerating. So when I say sit comfortably, trust me, we've been through it before. First off, what do you guys think? That was a nice example. Everyone's here for everyone else. So, this is pretty special for us because this is the first sort of graduating class, if you will, since we opened up the dojo. And, when I think back to 2001, that's when I was given permission to open up the dojo by Dojo. And Shion and I opened up the dojo. We sent out 3,000 mailers to kids that were part of what's called Major Galaxy back in where the Costco is. You guys know what that is. you men probably even too young for that, but the kids then were 10 to 12-year-olds, and they're probably like 35 now, right? So time has gone by. But we had, 20-something people back in class when she and I started, and that was like the last time that I actually marketed the dojo. Because, our goal has always been to teach, but to train and get better. That's the great thing about karate is just because you get to a certain level doesn't mean you don't want to keep going, you want to keep learning new things. Gian and I, we're still learning the katas even to this day. Alright, so it's very important that you continue your growth. So back when Zoku passed, we made a pledge to each other that we wouldn't just continue with content, but we would grow. So for the first time, back in March, April, we advertised the dojo. We had, I'd say about 8 people joined, maybe 9. I had some people in the class for a day, and I consider for me. But you 5 stuck out, all right? And Zoku used to say, you got to be crazy to continue your study of karate. You got to be off your rocker and stick with it forever. So that's probably true with two of us. But the reality is that you guys have just started your journey. All right, your journey has just begun. And to some degree, I think we envy you because you have so much more to learn. Right, your learning curve is here. Like you guys haven't even started fighting yet. Like you have so much excitement coming up that is exciting for us. Now we went from having about 9, 10 people on a regular basis. Believe it or not, as of right now, we have over 40 students. All right, that's a big jump. We've been lucky enough to get back a lot of students, whether it's remotely. I have students in Georgia, California, Florida, the state of Washington. All right. And we got back Mr. Gallimore, we got back Delango, Rowe came back, Mrs. Smelson came back. I mean, guys have come back, and it's been great, all right? We're a family, and we always say that when you start with us, you're always welcome back. All right, unless you do something stupid, of course, and then you're welcome back. But for the most part, you're always welcome back. When you take class, and I say this over and over again, I was just telling this gentleman who is not here right now, I was telling him a little while ago, this is something that you get to do for yourselves, right? I mean, especially when you become a parent, everything's for you kids, right? You run around with them, you get married, everything's for your spouse. And this is the one thing that you actually get to do that's for you. It's for your own personal growth, all right? It's one thing that I know that when I come here, I'm going to leave exhausted. I'm going to leave mentally stronger than I got here, and I'm going to be much more relaxed than when I walk through that door. When I walk through that door, I got the work pressures, I got kid pressures, I got life pressures, I got family pressures. And then when I'm done with class, it doesn't even matter because everything kind of, what do we always say, leave your problems at the door, right? So you in the front row have actually joined what I consider to be the best. And I've seen it plenty out there. I actually, when I was younger, took 3 or 4 other styles. This is far and away the best one I believe out there because it isn't just about, you're walking in, you're fighting, right? You're getting better at your focus, at your mental and self-discipline, all right? And everything we do here is for you. One thing that we learned over the last few months is when we teach, it's a sacrifice. Like I used to come here and train with the guys. Like I was like my time to come in, put on my pads, we buff it up, we have a good time. Now when we teach, we're giving of our times. Now, and it's okay, but I'm forced on Mondays and Wednesdays on the weekends. My kids will tell you that they'll have me basically 2 hours on a Saturday, 2 hours on a Sunday, just going through my classes, going through my workouts. Because when I come here, it's all about you guys. All right, it's about making you better. And I think what everyone saw tonight was the front row looked really impressive. All right, and when you're a white belt, you're allowed to make mistakes. Right, and as you get the green belt, you get less purple, brown, black, and you get less and less and less mistakes as you go up the ranks. You're allowed to make mistakes, but they didn't really make many mistakes. All right, are there things that we need to clean up? Of course. I mean, I could, write a list of things that need to get cleaned up, and we're going to clean them up. But the key is, did you do enough tonight to earn your green belt? Did you go through the moves, the techniques, the key on properly? Did you do the katas, the ipans? It's a lot of material that you have to learn. Did you guys know enough to go up? So, just to end the suspense, everybody passed. All right, so congratulations. Now, what I usually do is because I usually hand out a belt and I hand out a patch and say, here's what we do. But tonight's going to be a little bit different for 2 reasons. First of all, I ordered belts, which are apparently shorter belts, believe it or not. All right, I went to every karate website imaginable. I went to Amazon, which is usually pretty reliable, and there are just no belts out there. I don't know why, maybe it's Canadian truckers, I have no idea, but there are literally no belts out there. So I actually found belts at a place called KungFuForLess.com in California, and I paid $95 to have it shipped out today there. All right, it was supposed to arrive yesterday. So I get a note, it's not going to arrive for the 15th. I told my kids, you know, you got to stay home until it comes, and then over today they said it's not coming till tomorrow. All right, so your belts aren't here, but here's what I love about family is that the students behind you took their green belts and they brought them in so you have something to put on tonight. All right, something special. So what we're going to do is that when we hand out your belt, you're going to take off your white belt, you're going to put on your green belts, and we're going to take a nice picture. Okay? But the other thing is that you actually got to earn your patch. You'll notice that in Tanzan, we don't give you a patch, you have to earn it. All right? This patch means something to us. Been wearing it for 37 years. Been wearing it even longer. This patch means everything to us. When you put this patch on, I'm giving you a warning right now. If you put it on your gi, it's going to come out sideways. All right? So what you need to do is you can put your gi on. You need to put your patch, Mom, you hearing this? You need to put your patch so it's horizontal, so that the black line is straight across here. Tape it up, I tape it, right? I still do patches myself since I'm 33 years old. I sew myself, and I put it on, and then sew, and then take off the tape. All right? Otherwise, your patch will come out like this. I promise you it will come out like this. And I'm sure for some of you it still will come out like this, you know, I'm telling you. So if you go to a tailor, it costs $5, $7, you can have it done there. All right? Put it on your gi, have them do it right that way. All right? Or do it yourself like I do, and end up with bloody fingers, but it's fine. I've been doing it for a long time. All right? So what you're going to do is when I call your name, you're going to come up. You're going to get a green belt manual. You're going to get a patch and a diploma. And then you're going to bow out here, you're going to bow here, and you're going to keep bowing in each one of the gentlemen, and one of them has your belts. I don't remember who has what, but you'll figure it out as you get by. Okay? I used to just say, here's your diploma and your patch, and then say, hey, did you buy a green belt manual? That's why I put out a $25 promotion fee. So I'm giving you the manual, which is $15, and I'm giving you the patch, which is $10. So right off the bat, again, I'm not about the money, I'm just about covering my costs. You're going to get all this from the start. What's so great about this manual? Everything. All right? As you know, everything we have is in writing. The only style I know that actually puts everything in writing. You actually not only have all the cleaned up material in here, but you actually have the Kumite theory. What is the Kumite theory? It is a written theory about how to actually spar. And it's perfect. It is the perfect theory on how to fight. What's imperfect? All of us.
Yeah.
Well, that's the hard part. This is the easy thing, right? No, but over time, you're going to be asked to read this, all right? So you boys are each going to get one of these. And by the way, I just picked these up from Zogu's wife. These are literally one of about 5 to 7 that are left of this manual right here, until I give you them. All right, 2 of the gentlemen on here actually passed away, so this is actually a collector's item to some degree. All right. So as I call you up, you're going to come up, bow in here, grab your stuff, bow out, and then you're going to sit back down. When you sit back down, walk behind and sit back down. Okay. All right. So the first person, this is kind of funny because when we opened up the school, there was a gentleman that would show up every night and literally just walk around the dojo floor and stare at us. All right, and everyone was like, "Who is this guy?" And we would be like, "I don't know, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this guy?" Well, Imran used to come. You remember he used to come and just stare at us? What were you doing? I'm just curious. You weren't coffee.
That was just watching the
You're watching. Well, the funny part is when he actually joined, I said to myself, man, I don't know about this guy, and I have to tell you, I'm allowed to be wrong. He proved me wrong. Turned out he's a total gentleman. He came in pretty coordinated, all right? He works very hard. He actually lives right up the block. Like I always say, he's the closest guy. He's the last in the dojo. He's the closest to the dojo. And we really enjoy having him in class. So let's hear it for Imran Farouk. I talk about how Kanzen is a family. And what we love is that we actually have family in the dojo. So like I look here, I see father-son, I see two brothers, I see a father-son, I see a father-son, I see a father-son-in-law, which is not always good, but in this case it actually is. I see another father-son here, alright? I almost saw a father-son, but he's sitting back there. Could have been. So it was nice when Kuler joined the dojo, he came in, and let me tell you, it's so nice when you have kids that join the dojo, and I call you kid, 17, that, 17 yet? 17. You just had a birthday, right? You tested driver's test, you know that? Samara. Okay. So this is a good preemptive exam here as well. Not like my boys that go there. We'll talk about that another day. So, it's nice when I get a young gentleman in, and we always joke around about the young, millennials, and they don't work hard, and they don't want to do anything. He comes in, very respectful, works hard each class, doesn't question anything, and when I tell him to make a change, he goes and makes that change. He doesn't come back and make the same mistake twice. And one of the things that we know in Shine's house is it's okay to make a mistake, just don't make it twice. And of course we're human, so it does happen, but our goal is never to make the same mistake twice. And I have to say, you there, it's been nothing but a pleasure having you in class. And you're going to Rutgers next year, right? So I expect to see you in the dojo, continue your training, all right? You're just getting started, right? I can't wait to see you start. So let's hear it for Greenbelt. So I said, father-son. What's funny is that when Faisal dropped him off, we had a conversation, and it turned out he took a sister style of ours in Monroe, and that's where you live, right? And I said, why don't you join? And he said, no, I'm just going to watch. My son is here, and he was inspired by me getting my butt kicked 51 times, and he said, you know what? I'm 10 days older than Shihan. If he can do it, I can do it. And he actually joined, right? That's pretty much the story, right? And what's interesting is that I'm inspired by you, and I'll tell you why. One of the hardest things you can ever do when it comes to karate is to achieve a very high rank and then go and start a totally different style and put on a white belt. Right? That is not an easy thing to do. But he comes in here, puts his white belt on, and Josh, cross your legs. And I asked him to make changes on a daily basis. He'll block here, he'll block here, he'll block like this, he'll block like this. He doesn't question, all right? It must be a family thing. He just trusts the process. He makes the changes, comes in, and once again, I'm really excited that you get to do something with your son, and you're going to advance here very nicely. Congratulations. So bring it up. Remember, after class, if you can put your breathe on down, we're going to put it on and take a nice picture. So I think that's it. We're done, right? Oh, that's right. I almost forgot about you guys. So you guys may remember that we once had a black belt in this dojo named Joseph Kaiser. Do you remember those days? Ooh, exactly. It's funny because, and I get to pick on it because we've got a lot of family here, is I think Joe believes that once he goes to college, nothing else matters, right? Just him and his college, right? We've all to college, my boys went to college, I went out to Long Island to school. You know, it's part of growth, right? You don't forget this, right? As a matter of fact, I came home every weekend to work with my dad, and I used to take class Friday night, let Gian beat the crap out of me on Fridays, and then we meet the dojo on Saturdays. You know those days? We'd get the key to the gym, and we would work out for hours at a time when I was 18, 19 years old, all right? And then when his brothers came, I was like, oh man, am I going to have to deal with another Kaiser again, times two? And I have to tell you, I was a little worried because I said, they're young, right? We don't often take young guys. Michael, Chris, you guys are doing great for young students, but this is a mature style. Move around the room. Our average age, you know, you guys bring up the age a lot. The average age is probably 35 to 40 years old, right? We're not a young style, it's a mature style, and it's not meant for kids. But they came in, and they were no nonsense. I have to say, you didn't come in, you didn't, you know, giggle, you didn't, well, maybe a couple of times you giggled, and you have to straighten you out. But you boys, I have to say, I'm super impressed. All right, I hope your parents are just as impressed as we are. Because every time I see a dad, I'm like, oh, they're going to be going for Green Belt. Sure, they're ready? Are they ready? Yeah, we know when you guys are ready. All right? And what's interesting about these two boys is that when we first had the Green Belt exam, I said to them, guys, you're not ready, right? Sheena and I called and we said, you guys are not ready. But I'm going to give you guys 2 or 3 weeks to kind of get your act together. And if you're ready, we'll let you go up. Well, these two used to come early, right? They used to bother with black belt. And when I say bother, I mean in a good way. Can you help us? Can you look at our costumes? They used to practice nonstop. And I have to say, the improvement that I've seen with you guys, you know, I'm jealous because you guys, number one, are so young. But again, just like everybody else, you get to so much ahead of you right now. Now you get to the really fun stuff. Right? White belt is repetitive stuff. We go through, we teach you how to change your bodies and think differently. Now things are going to be different for you guys. All right? And what's going to happen is I can't wait for the day when we teach you guys how to beat the crap out of your opponent. That's going to be a good day for us. All right? You should be here sitting in his belt watching you guys. All right? So I owe him a beating for that. All right? Well, these two are going to go really far, really excited. So let's hear it for, let's see who I call first. Let's hear it for Green Belt, Jesse Kaiser. Parents should be really proud of these kids.
I am.
You are. Well, you know, it's funny because I say it again, you know, I don't know if we just need to get good people in this dojo, but respectful, doesn't question things, and believe me, we're not easy on them. You know, we're hard on them. I don't know if she has harder on them than I am, but we don't let them get away with anything, because that's not what we're about. And they just keep coming back for more. All right, Mr. James Kaiser, bring it on up. There we go. First of all, did you this is why I'm saving it for last time. You know, I don't know if anyone had a chance to listen to my last Facebook post, but I talked about protocol and tradition. And what I basically said is that one time I asked Goku, don't forget to bow out and send my payment. I think someone needs to answer. All right. Yeah, I used to. Don't let the belt touch the floor, never. So one of the things I had Zoku asked me was, Shino, what do you think the most important thing about karate is? And I said, well, easy, Zoku, it's kata. Because I thought that's, you know, what he said, no, it's all the time. And he said, no, it's about tradition, it's about protocol. All right? What separates us from other schools is our ability to come in and understand where we fit in the dojo. Everyone started where you are, Chris. We all started there, and we all worked our way up. All right? We all started at the very bottom, and we worked our way up, closer and closer to the left. Where you guys are sitting right now, we all sat in that seat. All right? And ultimately, understanding the traditions and the protocol of the dojo is about self-discipline. It's about knowing that when I come in, I understand my place, I understand what the dojo is about, I understand what the black belts are, and I respect it because one day I'm going to be there and I want that same respect for myself. All right? So you guys, You're gonna come back in, starting on Thursday, and have your green belts for you, have your patches on, and we start from the beginning of green belt, right? We start with the key home, right? You're gonna get pads, we're gonna teach you how to fight. And that's the other, thank you for mentioning that. The one thing about our style that's different than other styles is we're cumulative, right? So you learn all that stuff, right? Next exam, you're gonna have to do all this stuff again, and then all the green belt stuff. And then all the white belt, all the green belt, all the purple belt stuff. So it's just more and more and more. That's why their exam took, close to 2 hours. It gets harder and harder, even though I'm gonna get you in good shape, all right? I know you breathe a little heavy. The more you train, the more you have to do, the better the shape you're gonna get. You're still young man. All right. Everybody up? Here's what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. All right? We're going to bow out. You're going to get your belts on, and we're going to meet right here for a picture. Okay? What I want the upper belts standing here. I want the next set of rank down on their knees. I want you guys in the front, sitting across the front of you. Alright? So it's starting with the black belts over here, down out. Down out here. Down out the Shima. And down out the Toga. I get your belts on